within myself of separation. And so the thinking mind can only think about something. So if I am doing a math problem, or I'm balancing my checkbook, or I'm trying to figure out directions to where I'm going, or I'm making a list of pros and cons about different career choices or different life paths or different places to buy or rent a house or different, whatever it may be. The thinking mind is fantastic. It's not a problem per se. It's only a problem when I hand over my entire existence and free will to it. It's only a problem when it becomes the master of my life rather than a tool in my life. And so if I can use it, like we have our five senses, we understand, we use them. They're all tools. I understand that that which I see is not the beginning and the end of what exists, which is why I'm very glad to have other senses as well. I understand that there's a lot of existence out there that I can't smell or that I can't taste. We understand they all work together in the combined experience. And yet, there's a whole world out there also that our five senses can't tell us about. And most of us are aware of that. We tend to lump it into the concept of intuition. It's like all else goes under the umbrella of intuition. But the thinking mind really in many ways is a sense. It's one way for us to interpret the world. But just like my organ of sight functions very mathematically based on angles between the two eyes in visual fields, based on waves of light, based on movement, my thinking mind functions only in separation. So if I were using my two eyes, there would be a distance at which I can read what's on this paper, and a distance at which I can't read it, based on that which works with the angles of my eyes and that which doesn't work. And that's where, as we get older, we have to start, and they say you need glasses when your arms aren't enough. So the angles of the eyes have changed such that I can no longer experience the words on this page with my eyes. My mind is a sense just like that. It requires the world to be held at an arm's length. Then I can think about it. So I can do a math problem. I can do balancing a checkbook. I can do a list of pros and cons. I can pass judgment. I can have preferences. I can have all sorts of subjective labeling. I can do all the things that you do when something is held at an arm's length away from you. Even if I think about myself, even when we become introspective about the self, it's me looking at the self who is different from the me who is looking, right? Those of you who have practiced introspection, which is one of Puja Swamiji, my guru's deepest teachings, is this practice of introspection. When you do it, it's one aspect of me looking at another aspect of me. And I'm introspecting. Where did I lose my temper? Where did I lose myself? Where did my ego get a hold of me? So I'm holding myself, my lowercase s self, at an arm's length, and I'm looking at it. I'm introspecting on it. Now here's the dilemma. That's great for all things separate from the part of me that's thinking about them or looking at them. But it deprives me of the experience and the awareness and the understanding of all of that which is to be known in connection. And so it deprives me of everything to be known through intuition, through love, through spirituality, through oneness, through a truth that is different than you are separate than me. Thinking mind will look out and see lots of people, different sizes, different shapes, different colors. But the heart, the real seer, looks out and sees the self. Looks out and feels the energy of connection. And you feel it. If you let yourself do it, there's a little beautiful sort of energy sizzle that happens when you have that experience with looking at another being and knowing that you're connected, knowing that you're one, whether you've ever met them before or not. There's a recognition of the self, and it sizzles of energy. Now, the thinking mind can't do that. And one of the issues that comes up a lot in meditation is the minute I start wondering as I'm meditating about what stage I'm at in meditation, about whether I'm going to get enlightened tonight, whether this is the soul I've experienced, the minute I have that question in my mind, I've lost it. Regardless of what it was, the minute the mind starts to think about it, I've lost it. Because it's happening separate from the mind. And so when we teach about watch your thoughts, watch your feelings, no, it's not thinking, actually. Thinking is jumping into them. Thinking is engaging with them. And so let's say that I'm meditating